Yes.
Gonna call the meeting to order. When you stand for the pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll look for a motion to approve today's agenda.
We'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? I look for a motion to approve the minutes for July 22nd.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Meetings attended, Scott?
Okay, so had a solid waste meeting, Bronze is, lost his driver and hired a new one, and was thinking about quitting because he wasn't making no money, so he came back and he raised his monthly fee to 8,000 from 5,500. So that comes to 96,000 a year versus 66. But Joe had done the math, and if we went out and hired a guy and just started him at the county roads starting wage and pipers, insurance and everything, it was gonna be that or a little bit more. Plus, then you gotta find a guy for Saturdays. You gotta have a backup guy for vacation sick. And Ron's offers a lot, I mean, he does a lot more than just that too, so we pretty much decided to stay with him. There wasn't any other options for. Oh, they sold the old trailer at auction, got 79.80 out of it. Jacob gave an update on the education that he does for that they're mandated to do for waste. Elected, well, in the bylaws, they were supposed to have an executive committee, so that we elected that. They never had that done before, so there's an emergency that just a small group can get together and make a decision quickly. The inloader that was getting repaired came back. It was estimated to be like just over 5,000, came back at over 12. So I'm not sure. I mean, the other axle ended up needing to be repaired too, but still more than doubled when you already got tore apart. I kind of looking at that. I might call them and quiz them on a couple things, but won't get us anywhere. But
Funny thing is, it hardly gets any mileage.
well, yeah. Well, and Joe reached out. I told him to reach out to see if there was some kind of shield kits we could put on there to help protect our wrap. Yeah, and so she still hasn't heard back from him, so I'm gonna make some calls and see if I can figure something out on that, because that could happen all the time if we don't.
Every week.
Yeah.
We're careful.
Yeah, so. Then, there's some minor repairs we need to do at the landfill, so we're gonna have to reach out and see if we can get some bids for that.
The old landfill. You mean?
Yeah, just real minor, put some gravel over some bare spots.
Yeah.
And then, I had a Highway 61 coalition meeting yesterday. I'm the new chairman of that committee.
Lucky.
So there wasn't too much there. They were talking mostly about wanting to get Roosevelt updated. It's the last stretch they've been, and it's falling apart. And so the coalition has 20,000 in its treasury right now, and so
I'll do a block.
so Collins wanted us to give 10,000 to this. So Snyder Engineering has agreed to develop a plan to how to go about, what they want to do to fix it. And according to the DOT that Taylor's been talking to, that Bob, that if they come up with a plan themselves and present it, they'll have a lot better chance of getting it through. So that we voted to give 10,000 to that, contingent on Taylor raising the rest of the 50,000 from private or Burlington or wherever else. So I don't know, that's where that'll end up going, but
Is the Highway 61 coalition weighted towards Burlington and Muscatine?
well, so that's why I had a conversation with Taylor before the meeting, because I went to one meeting there a few months ago, but I had to leave early because Adam, and so I didn't really know how it all worked, but and I didn't know where the money came from. So he told me that years ago when they started this, Louisa County, all the surrounding counties, even Henry County and the Burlington, some of the bigger cities donated money and they had an annual dues, and they haven't been doing that lately since they had the money and the project was already all approved. And that's why he said on this 20,000 we're sitting on, there's no reason to really have it there because, you know, the project's pretty much all approved. So
Because it would seem to me that the 61 Roosevelt going for Burlington is either A, Burlington or B, state. So,
well, yeah, I mean, and it's state, but like Taylor explained, you know, everybody has a stake in how that traffic continues to flow through. And, you know, Waplo, my wife drives it every day to work and you know, unfortunately, everybody's shopping down there too. But,
yeah,
so anyway, I mean,
I'm not negative against it. It just, it seemed like we're a little fish in a big pond,
yeah.
you know.
One thing I was a little negative, both meetings, they talked about doing roundabouts through the whole thing. And I'm like, I won't. But,
There's a lot of roundabouts. We just went up to Wisconsin last week and there's a lot of roundabouts up there. One thing I will say about roundabouts, and Cedar Rapids has quite a few of them too, is the traffic continues to flow.
yeah,
You know, you're not stopped waiting, yeah, getting on and getting off, but the traffic continues to move. And I
yeah.
think that's their thought behind that process.
Mhm.
Takes up a lot of real estate though.
Yeah.
Roundabouts,
Yeah.
interesting.
So then also, New Hampshire Repair finally got down here and looked at the tank. I spent about probably 2 hours out there with them. They were very in depth. We went through the buildings and looked at the BTUs that everything took, and they got some major well, all the regulators are out of date. And
We kind of knew.
and size wrong to start with. And the big regulator, according to them, you know how it's right down there at the pedestal. They said it needs to be at the top of the tank because it's too far away with that drop. It can change from vapor back to liquid if the weather conditions are right. And he said that's very dangerous.
Hmm.
And the poly pipe coming up out of the ground is against code. He said that poly should have been covered from day one. Because it'll deteriorate in the sun.
Yeah.
And then they had some real concerns on the gas line running from where it comes up there at the jail over to their handlers. They said that without doing the math, the guy said, man, that looks like it's way undersized. But we talked to Menace, and Menace said he has never had any trouble with the flames. So anyway, they're gonna go back, run the numbers, and you know, see if that line was okay or whatever. But I mean, it sounded to me they're gonna be very thorough, and they're not gonna do it unless they can do everything to code, because it's their liability. I said, I understand. And then he called me back yesterday, the owner, and said he was working on the numbers, so hopefully within a month or a week or so, we'll have something from them. And he was working, he said he contacted the state fire marshal for some reason. And he did get permission from him to do it in stages. So he said he's gonna give us some options. So if we wanna just fix part of it now and fix part of it later. So anyway, I should be getting something from him. And then Rife, I talked to them twice last week. They made 2 trips out there last week to look at more things, working on their bit.
But the disheartening part of the whole thing is 2 years ago, when we first started talking about this, there was some repairs done to that tank. And we were assured that everything was good to go. It's been looked at. no problems. And then we keep smelling gas. Oh, no, it's just off gassing.
Yeah, we found the leak.
You could,
There's a leak underneath and both of them unions were leaking.
we gotta get that taken care of. We're
So-
wasting money.
So anyway, maybe we'll get somewhere here eventually.
Okay.
That was it.
Kevin?
Went to Southeast Iowa Regional Planning meeting last week. The grant for the downtown facades has been fully funded. So that money's available. They have, $400 million has been made available for broadband for underserved areas. So there's some areas in the region that are gonna get looked at with that. I didn't see our name on the list, but anyway. Other than that, there was another big award of some money. But you just gotta have a project ready, because they just announced the award and the deadline is July 30th to apply for it, so.
Right.
There's some people bidding on that, Kevin. I know
Yeah.
that for a fact.
Yeah. So,
I've got some information on the grant that was, that Kathy had.
No, she did not, yeah.
Okay, well, she'll probably be in here to talk to us about it.
Yeah.
The grant that was put on hold because of the federal funding, we just got an email last week that everything's good to go, so the grant has started again. That was for the downtown Waldo Columbus Junction historical thing survey. But she'll probably come down and still overfunded, but, and then Susan did most of the work on it, but our little fiasco that we had last week on Zoom, we've basically worked out now where it's not public. If they want access, they're gonna have to get credentials and get authenticated to be able to watch. It's still being recorded. And it will still be able to be watched at a later date on YouTube, but we can't have that kind of disruption that we had last week that we had.
Oh, no, it was the most excitement I've had in a long time.
It wouldn't have been so bad if the volume would have been on 10. But yeah, that was interesting.
No.
So anyway, that's really all I have. My busy part of the month is just beginning, so. Any public input or things need to be put on the agenda for next week? No? I think we had one payroll change. Like, scale or yearly separation, thank you. Okay, now we got, item number 7 is the tree thing. I have 2 bids. Let you guys open them. And we'll see what we got going on. We, Susan and I did, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday we looked at the cottonwood. Yeah, the root ball on the cottonwood tree. I spoke to you this morning to look at it. It looks like it's pulling up on the west or east side, so it looks like the tree is starting to lean. It looks like the root ball is starting to come up out of the ground, so. If it isn't god awful expensive, we're gonna have to somewhere. We did have a limb come out of the
Yes.
tree, it's full of bees.
Yeah.
I got it cleaned up.
I'm surprised this is less than what I thought it would be.
Well, that's good news, I guess. Do you want to go ahead and announce yours, Scott?
Read the company
Who's it
name.
from?
J&M Family Tree Service, so they have a removing of the one maple, 1,800, the large cottonwood, 6,000. Cutting the dead limb out of the southwest corner tree, 150, for a total of 7,950. And then down below, they say we can do all this and fill and level the areas with black dirt for an extra 1,000. So I don't know if that means they're gonna grind the stump for 1,000.
The stump, yeah.
So,
It might be well worth it.
yeah.
What do you got, Kevin?
well, I've got one from Iowa River Tree Service. They've got 1,500 for the dead maple, 2,500 for the cottonwood,
Wow.
500 for removal of dead limb in southwest corner. Total of $4,500.
Wow.
They've got combining, I'm not sure exactly what.
Mine all gets together, 2,900 if you'd like stumps to be ground out, it will be an additional 600.
I don't know what that means, combining all this together is 2,900. You know, the price that much if they get all three jobs, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I can't imagine they'd chop their price in half. By doing them all,
Yeah, I wonder if they did it.
made the error. Well, even if we took the total of 4,500, that's still,
Added 600%.
yeah, right,
Still at 5,100.
yeah. I mean, we can contact them and talk to them and see
Yeah.
what all that's about, but. You do an approval, you do a number not to exceed too.
Yeah.
If it come in a little cheaper, we can. Well, that's a lot better news than I
Oh,
thought.
I thought that cottonwood would be crazy.
Oh, I did too. I was expecting 10 grand. That's a lot of, that's raw material.
Wow.
Maybe we'll make a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the bid from Iowa River Tree Service, not to exceed. Do you want to do 5,100? Do you want to do?
I'd like to do stumps too. I'd like to have the ground.
4,500?
Yeah. Yeah. 51.
51?
Yeah,
And if we talk to them and there's something different than that, we'll have to readdress it.
Yeah.
Okay, not to exceed 5,100.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any further discussion?
I have a question about that. Will conservation use that wood sell then?
I don't think cottonwood's very good for.
No, it's not. You're
Firewood. They may do the maple, and Jacob has said something about that,
Yeah.
if we could talk to him, say, if you cut it up, we can.
He said something once about, once it was down, they could
Yeah.
maybe
Sure.
cut some of it up and use it, so.
Anything else? All right, all those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. You want to make a contact, Paul, you want to call? Okay. Good information. No, that's not how this works.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Holy moly.
mhm.
Okay, well, that'd be number 8 then. We got some Windstream applications. Would you guys like to read those? Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, they couldn't get them all through on email, so, those came by FedEx, all the plans came by FedEx.
Has Adam looked them over?
No, he said for you to go ahead and if, he's probably fine with it, but he has issues with Windstream at times, so I'm gonna sit on them at the office before I forward them back to them.
So we have a project, 34224 US Highway 61 and 65th Street. Project 33346 is K Avenue and 65th Street. Project 34226 is H16, which is the K Road. And Highway 61. Project 34225 is J Avenue and 65th Street, so a lot of this on 65th Street apparently. I'm guessing it must be for internet stuff,
Oh, fiber.
fiber optic, yeah. Okay, I guess I would look for approval through us and then make sure that Adam goes through them real good and make sure that he's on board with this. I'd look for a motion for approval for these 4 projects.
I'll make the motion for approval, for projects, contingent on Adam not finding any. From what he disagrees with. So.
Yeah.
And I'll second that.
Any discussion? All if not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. There, you can have all that back. Okay, item number 9. This resolution 202-537. Which is the resolution for the sale of the Louisa County's interest in the alley in the Danny Ashland subdivision.
Although we're not selling that, are we?
We're just giving our interest.
All right.
Giving up our interest. I have the resolution here if you want to read it, but it's an awful lot of legal verbiage.
I would make a motion to approve resolution 202-537.
And I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 And we'll have all those deeds to sign to get on those.
These,
Yes.
oh, these are for each individual
Yeah.
landowner, okay. This makes it official. We can be done talking about this dumb alley.
We won't get to see Barb to meet.
Okay, I've got one question here from Laura. It says, did they say that the assignment would be to the landowners along the path dividing the land in two along the stretch of it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's correct.
thank you.
Okay, item number 10 is the discussion of resolution 202-539. Yeah, but that's stuck for something else, we don't have 539. When we have 539.
Yeah, you signed.
538. Yeah. 539, set a public hearing for the sale of the old jail August 19th, 2025 at 9 a.m. I would look at the motion to approve this. I will let people know that I'm associated with a corporation that may be putting a bid in on this. So I'm gonna try to abstain from a lot of this, so it doesn't look like I'm doing something wrong. I did talk to Adam about it and he said it was fine, but try to have some distance in this, so. Anyway, resolution 202-539 is setting the public hearing, which is August 19th, 2025 at 9 a.m. That's next one, 2 weeks, 2 away.
August 19th would be 3.
Anyway,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh, it'd be the 3rd.
can I get a motion in a second?
I'll make a motion to approve this resolution 202-539.
And I'll second.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'll abstain. Good, motion carries. Now you have that piece of paper back. All right, public hearing on our solar ordinance. This is the second reading. This is so exciting stuff here. I need to have a motion to open a public hearing.
I'll make the motion to open public hearing.
Here a second.
Second.
Discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're in a public hearing. We're open for public input at this point. Any written or oral comments?
No.
No? Okay, anybody from the gallery on the second reading?
I will make one notation that I noticed last week. I don't have the ordinance in front of me now, but while if it's sold to a public utility, the county is giving up the bonding for decommissioning,
For public entity, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
but it's written in there that each individual landowner can still require
Bond.
a bond from that
Entity.
public utility. So if there's a landowner that's concerned about that, they can. I would
In
encourage.
their best interest, it may not be a bad idea to do
Right.
that too.
So I just didn't get that out last time, so.
You also have to make sure that they're aware of that, because sometimes it gets lost in translation. Because the public utility isn't gonna go out there and say, hey, you know what, we can give you a bond if you want one there.
And because this is in a permit and not necessarily in their contract language, they might not even see it, you know, so we need to make that public.
Randy?
So what's the advantage of changing for the public utility? Why?
This, well, the lawyers did not feel that,
I mean, it's just an insurance policy.
right,
A bond is just an insurance policy.
I
Why
agree.
not make them do the same as any other entity?
Mm.
And then if the landowners still can require it, why are you waiving the right? I don't think the county wants several thousand acres of solar panels that are abandoned.
My take was, isn't this kind of the state energy board or whatever kind of made this rule?
Public utility falls under the state energy guidance. And the lawyers assured the planning and zoning board that they would be in control if there was a problem with that. So
They oversee the
They oversee the
utilities.
utility,
Since
so-
the utility's actually owning it.
I wasn't comfortable with it, I'll go public saying that, you know, but that's what the planning and zoning board ended up.
You know, we was at that meeting there a while back. I think you were there when he was talking about, she said that they were gonna sell it to utility, and I said, well, what's to stop Mid-American? You know, it looked like their taxes are gonna be a lot better on this project than compared to the one out here. And my question to her was, well, the Mid-American buys it, what assurance do we have that they just don't back off on the generation of the coal and use this to make up for it? Oh, no, they wouldn't do that. Well, they wouldn't do that. Well, I got an email. Did you guys, I figured you did too, that Mid-America is gonna shut their coal plants down by 2049. So I'm like, well, there we go. So that's gonna hurt huge. I mean, that's down the road, but
200 and some jobs.
yeah, well, besides the tax we get from that is quite a bit. So here they are, they're
Phasing it out.
doing just what I asked them about.
And I thought a lot about this the other day too, is that they promote this on how it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be cheaper energy. Has anybody saw their energy bill go down? It hasn't went down.
No,
I saw on the paper, they're gonna put $33 billion worth of wind energy in. They're trying to get that through. I just hope the Louisa County doesn't end up being a solar panel for Iowa.
well, and that's,
what bothers me.
that's one of the things that gal from that other company was telling me, that one of the big things driving this is all them data centers coming to Iowa. They need so much power, and that's part of her explanation is why we're getting so many of them. But
I suppose about 40 years are gonna matter to me anyway, but so, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
well, it was already talking to people that worked at Louisa Generating, it was already a fact that when they were getting strong wind energy from up in central and northern Iowa, the waste generating was.
Slowing down.
Oh, yeah, they've been doing that for.
You know, so how much more can they put in the grid and not, like say, not just shut that plant down? So,
And I'm not opposed to like what we did, you know, on top of parking lots and stuff, but to go take 7,000 acres and put this humongous. And
Yeah.
it's getting out of hand, but hey, what do I know, right? Okay, any more public? If not, we'll move along here.
make a motion to close public hearing.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Anyone opposed? All right, and then number 12 is the acceptance of the second reading of the revision of the solar ordinance. Look for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the second reading of the solar ordinance.
I'll second
Anyone in the discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
it. Aye.
Motion carries. All right, item number 13, resolution 202538, designating voting representative for the Iowa State Association of Counties. And I see lots of names on here that I know, unfortunately, my name is on it.
This updates everything with the new.
All the new people.
Mhm.
Yeah, so as the supervisors, us three are on here.
Mhm.
The state sheriff and deputies is Brandon Marcourt. Attorneys is Adam Parsons. County auditor is Susan. County treasurer is Beth Harden. Iowa County recorder is Tammy Hayes. Iowa engineer is Adam Shutt. Assessor is Tim Coleman. Iowa Community Services Association, Cindy Mears. Emergency management is Kenny Marlette. Conservation's Jacob Ewert. Environmental health is Brian T. Public health is Leah McWaney. County zoning official is Brian T. Iowa County Information Technology is John Hartman. The Iowa County Commissioner is Kurt. I look for a motion to approve resolution 202-538.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 202538.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Number 14 is the approved to allow military homestead and disabled veterans application with the binder. They have to come in and apply. And everybody that has applied is in here. That would be disabled, 65 and over homestead, military, and disabled is in there too, right? We have to approve this each year if we're gonna allow it.
They don't have to sign up each year, do they? Don't.
No, not for
Yeah,
that.
Once they sign up, you're in.
It's
So
just
we
all
have to.
veterans, yeah. Like if somebody moves or something like that, then yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I look for a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
No second.
Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Anybody else wanna say anything to the supervisors before I call for an adjournment? Not, I'll look for a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yes, I'm.
You have to find
Holy
everything.
crap.
You guys sign every one of them?